All verse rising, peace to the gods, stars, and goddesses. All verse rising, my soul family. This will be episode 2. Now, for spiritually awake beings to find out if they have been switched out from their spiritual family at birth and got a biological family handpicked for them during their birth by a slave owner, so a spiritually awake soul being cannot connect with their spiritual family at birth to be super powerful to heal the multiverse. This is another proof of this, right? Now, if you the only person in your biological family that gets a lot of DNA upgrades from father and mother nature, connected with the sun, connected with the clouds, connected with animals in nature, while you work out, just so your mind, heart, and soul can be spiritually intact, but your own father or your own mother can't resonate with you for connecting with nature, connected with the sun, and you work out so much and your own father and mother doesn't even do it with you, that's how you know that you as a spiritual being, you have been switched out from your spiritual family at birth. Because a real father, a real mother will always want to connect with their spiritually awake daughter and spiritually awake son when it comes to spiritual athletics. Because a lot of these biological families out here who have these spiritually awake daughters and spiritually awake sons, they don't realize that their spiritually awake sons and spiritually awake daughters do athletics because it's spiritual meditation for the mind, heart, and soul to get DNA upgrades from within, right? My mother don't know this. You know, my biological father don't know this, right? You know, a lot of my biological relatives who are not athletic freaks of nature, they don't know this information that I know when it comes to athletics and what it spiritually does for the mind, heart, and soul, right? Because look, when you look at Northeast Africa, right? You look at all the African countries. You look at all the Caribbean countries. You look at all the melanated countries on planet Earth, for example, right? A lot of melanated people in all melanated countries of all melanated nationalities in ancient times, way before slavery, they used to always do athletic workouts just so they can like elevate their mind, heart, and soul intelligence after getting a lot of DNA upgrades and getting a lot of DNA upgrade evolutions from the sun, because the sun generates a lot of soul power to a spiritual being, right? My mother don't know this. A lot of my biological family don't know this on my mother or father's side, right? So like, cause like I'm like the only one in my biological family like who does a lot of daily workouts in secret, in the shadows, right? I don't broadcast my, you know, my training sessions to like, you know, the people that's locally around me, because a lot of the local people around me are sleep sheep zombies, right? And that's how I know like the biological family that I was birthed into is not my spiritual family, right? Because I know a lot of spiritual awake beings. You know, if I was to make a video, you know, doing athletic workouts in the sun, whether it might be running or martial arts or doing calisthenics or doing backflips or doing handstands and all that, a lot of spiritually awake people are going to be amazed by that. But when it comes to biological related people, you know, they'll look at that like it's foreign. And that will show me that they're not my actual family, right? Because a lot of spiritually awake people have been switched out at birth from their actual family, which is their spiritual family from planet Lyria, Arcturios, Izodio, you know, the whole multiverse of spiritual beings, right? Because every real spiritual being, I don't care if you're an anthropomorphic tiger, an anthropomorphic lion, an anthropomorphic gorilla, an anthropomorphic bear. I don't care what alien life form you are. If you a spiritually awake being, no matter what your alien race is, you know that doing athletic workouts is good for your mind, heart, and soul evolution, right? So if you was to tell your own sister, your own biological brothers, your own biological fathers and mothers that, you know, doing athletic workouts in nature is beneficial to our emotional mental health, Like, for real. Because look, man, you know, I heard all my stories about my mother, like, you know, being an athletic freak of nature. And, you know, I never seen her do athletics a day in my life. And I'm like, did she get cloned? Did she get cloned one time before I got birth? Like, what happened? You know? And like, I'm like the only person that does like athletic workouts. It's like I got some Asian in my blood to do like daily athletic workouts as if the multiverse depends on it, right? And I'm like, I must have been switched out from my actual spiritual family, because the people that do athletic workouts, these are people who I never met in person in a day in my life. And they be on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, you know, etc. The people I never met in person in my life that resonates with the spiritual athletic trainings that I do, that connects, that helps me elevate my emotional mental health through athletics. These people that's not biologically related to me, they can resonate with me. Especially these spiritually awake people that look European. There's people who are biologically related to me that could have my skin color or just be lighter and still be considered melanated, and don't like resonate with me on why I do spiritual athletics. So my mind, heart, and soul could be strong. So when the time do come to face these demon alien slave owners who created a matrix on planet Earth, I will be strong. I will be strong enough to fight these energy vampire draconian demons from the demon realm when it's time to do this physical war and the spiritual warfare, because I took serious of getting energy DNA upgrades, while a lot of my other biological relatives have not took the shit serious. While they just, you know, neglect mother nature, neglect father nature, right? So like, when you think about spiritual beings who've been switched out from their actual families at birth, that stuff really do be happening, man. This is episode 2 when it comes to athletic meditations, man. Because look, a lot of spiritual beings they do calisthenics. They do aerial backflips, aerial handstand meditation sessions. They do track sessions. They do football, basketball, baseball, like anything, right? Anything that deals with the humanoid extraterrestrial body to evolve. Because, you know, when you do athletic workouts, you actually evolve in your mind, heart, and soul intelligence to connect with the cosmos, right? A lot of my biological relatives don't know this. A lot of you spiritual beings out there that do spiritual athletics, a lot of your biological relatives don't know that it's beneficial to you. Because a lot of what we know a lot of people to do on planet Earth, they become alcoholics. You know, they eat hogs, pigs. You know, all they do is just, like, you know, suck up to a snobby ass boss at a courthouse, a snobby ass boss, or at any corporation, and then they just like come home and watch TV, and then they never do no athletic workouts to connect with father and mother nature, and they always end up obese. You know, this shit is very sad. And this is how you know a lot of us spiritually awake people, when we do spiritual athletics, but we don't see other biological relatives do it, and they might be anorexic or overweight. That's how we know our biological families, not our actual families, because the people that's your actual family, if they see you doing spiritual athletics in nature, they're going to want to do it too, so they can evolve their mind, heart, and soul too. Because your spiritual family is people who do similar things for evolution, the way you do things for evolution, right? This is all facts. Because look, everybody at a fraternity, everybody at Freemasonry, they're all family. They do the same thing. All these police officers, they're family. They do the same shit. They all think the same, right? So that's my proof, man. A lot of people have been switched out from their actual families at birth. But this is all I got to say on episode 2.